Good morning, I am live, apparently. Better than being dead, for sure. Yes, better than the alternative. Right, let's get this done that way. My face for 5 minutes before I turn it towards the work surface. I am chopping bases for my tank traps. So I'm going to put tank traps through to a base. Cheers. Well, oh, I need a figure. I need a figure in a minute. Come on, folks, where you to? Where to, everyone? Are you watching the coronation? What time's that? The coronation. I know nothing about... Hello, good morning, number one. Good morning. I know nothing about the coronation, so I have no idea when it is or what time or whatever. It doesn't interest me to do it. The coronation. Good morning, number one, whoever you are. British Airborne Bicycles. There they are. So I got two of them. So what I'm going to do in a minute, once I finish trimming these bases, is I'm going to put my bicycle on their base, get them based up. That's first job of the day. I got lots to do on the workbench. Lots to do on the workbench. So we'll get on with the trim these up first. These are for tank traps. 3 tank traps to a base. So it's just artist mounting board. 2 pieces laminated together with PVA and then a sheet of tinfoil on top. So when I put the filler on, the base doesn't warp. Tinfoil will stop it warping. So I just trim the tinfoil. And did you know, whether you know or not, Harry F., it's me, Harry from Germany. Hello, Harry. Hi, hope you're well. You're the only one at the moment. Nice to have you aboard. I tell you what, a lot of people are probably concerned with the coronation today and all that, I expect. Not something that interests me, coronation. Did you know, I was going to say, did you know that cutting tin foil with scissors sharpens the scissors? Did you know that? If your scissors needs a bit of sharpening because they're a bit blunt, get a piece of tin foil, fold it over a few times, then cut it a few times, and you can sharpen your scissors just by cutting tin foil. It's a little handy kitchen tip. I got 2 different size bases that I've made because I've got large tank traps and small tank traps. So that's what we'll do. Mess the edge up a bit on that, but it don't matter as long as you get most of it covered with the foil. There you go. So all you gotta do is get most of it covered. And what I've also done is I've made these triangular bases for these barricades, so they can sort of go on like that once I put the filler on the base. The only thing I haven't got my head around yet is barbed wire. I want some barbed wire for these. Now I tried with some very, very, very thin wire, but my fingers wouldn't let me do it. My khaki fingers with Reynolds and stuff, it wouldn't let me do it. So I'm going to have to try with some thicker wire. If I can't do it with that, then I'm going to have to look at buying something or finding something online. But anyway, that's a 3-inch triangle, just one piece of board, bit of tin foil, and then we'll whack some filler over the top, which I've coloured with brown paint already. Let it set, and then we'll put the barricade on top. That's the theory anyway. So lots to do on the bench. There's my pile of triangles, all ready to go. After we've done that, yeah, we're going to base up our British Airborne cyclists, get them done. I've got to the point now, painting my heads. I'm really, really pleased with the way they come out, the heads. They're, I don't know how much you'll see of that, this picture. Probably not very much. But I've got to the point with them now that they're sort of so realistic. They're starting to get a bit unnerving, really. You got this head stuck on a bit of wire staring at you. Stop looking at me, stop looking at me. So I think what I'm possibly going to do is when we start on our painting our civilians, I'm going to do a little quick run through of how I paint a head. I think I'll do that. Yeah, they're looking good. They're looking good. So let's get these cut up, please. How is everybody doing? Do any of you out there pay much attention to the coronation? Are you into that at all? Any of you out there? Yeah. Well, you know, it's not the filler per se that makes the base warp. It's the liquid in the filler. It soaks into the card. Even I've seen it, even on MDF, I've seen warped bases, people using MDF bases, and they warp, they do that because it's the liquid in the filler that soaks into the base and makes it warp. So if you can stop that, then you can stop the base warping, that's no problem. So the logical answer is to cover it with tin foil, PVA right across it, and push on a load of tin foil. And that stops it lovely. That stops it lovely. Yeah, do any of you out there take an interest in the coronation? Anybody interested in that? Are you a royalist? Are any of you royalists? Let me know if you're royalists. Or are you Republicans? What are you, royalists or Republicans out there? I suppose if I was going to swing anyway, I would be a Republican. People say, you wouldn't want a president, you wouldn't want a Republican president and all that. But it wouldn't make any difference if you had a president, because the country's run by the Prime Minister and his cronies anyway. They're only, these people are only sort of figureheads and so forth. It wouldn't make any difference. But I was led to believe, I heard this morning, I was listening to my shortwave radio this morning. I was listening to a group of radio amateurs hearing it all that. And they were saying that Camilla's going to be queen, full-blown queen. Now, I thought she was just going to be queen consort because they didn't want her as full-blown queen. But I hear it said now she's going to be full queen. Is that right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think she's the most popular lady, I have to say. I don't think Charles will be the most popular king. But then if you look at history, British history, they shouldn't be in the position they're in anyway, because if you go right back, and I'm talking way, way back now, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it was Edward II. I think it was Edward II. I may be wrong, but it was one of the Edwards. The son that took over from him was actually illegitimate, so he had no right to the throne. So everybody from there down shouldn't be where they're to. I think it was Edward II. But then I suppose you could go back further than that and say William of Normandy only took the crown by force. It wasn't his to take. He took it by force. I'm not making a very good job of this. It's because it's so long. It's not. Might try cutting these by knife. Let's try cutting them with a knife. I might try cutting these with a knife, perhaps. Sort of I'm not making a pig's ear of them, but they're not coming out as neat as one would like. Let's try this way. Try the other way around. Well, that's not too bad. Let's try it the other way around. Well, that's a bit neater, so what we do is, okay, what we can do is, yeah, that's not too bad. That's pretty okay. So what we can do is, to start with, we can start the short edge upside down. Sorry if this is getting in the way of the picture, but it's a job that has to be done right. Do the short edge first. Right, do the short edges first. Right now, the long edges, we do the first half up the right way. And the second half, we turn it around, so you're not reaching too far in with the scissors. Yeah, that seems to work. That seems to work. the way to do it. So you just do half and half. Tell you what I watched last night, which I've seen for the upteenth time, was the film A Bridge Too Far. I watched that again. I don't know how many times I've watched that. Yeah, that's neater. That's neater. Yeah, Bridge Too Far. I don't know how many times I've watched that, but it's a good film. Very good film. Very good actors in it. Very well done. Very well done. I see if any of you out there watch Alex Price's channel, because I gave him a shout out the other day. Watch Alex Price's channel. He was doing 95th rifles, which looked absolutely splendid. But he's now said he's going to have a go at British Airborne. So that'll be good. See how he gets on with Denison Smocks, which are a challenge. If you've never done them before, they're a challenge, interesting challenge. So I'm interested to see how he gets on. Yeah. Get all these done and they're ready for some filler. I will apply the filler off camera because it's sort of a bit boring for you watching me applying filler. Come on, come on. Come on, Karen. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. We'll stick at that. Right, we've got 3 left. These are slightly smaller. Because of these mini art tank traps. They're smaller than the Tamiya ones, so you don't need such a big base. But they've all got to be based up. It's a job that has to be done. So just use 3 quickly, then we'll get on and base up these British Airborne. There we go. Ah, it's nearest, damn it. Nearest, damn it. What I'll do when I put the filler on is I'll paint the edges with some brown paint just to cover that white. Right, 2 left. I can clear up all this tin foil. Here's a thought. It's funny what you think when you're doing jobs, isn't it? Your mind is just mulling over stuff and just you're thinking of different things and the little ideas pop into your head. I wonder if anybody out there has war gamed Northern Ireland, the IRA. I don't know if everybody's done that as a gaming scenario, the IRA, Northern Ireland. I don't know why I just thought of that, it just entered my mind. Might be a gaming scenario, mightn't it? The very early days of the IRA you could game, couldn't you? We used to get, for those of you watching that aren't in this country, or don't remember the 70s, there you go, right to the last one, don't remember the 70s, we used to get mods going around on scooters wearing parkas, and they used to have a target painted on the back of the parka. Hi there, it's me, the other fellow out of the land of... Greetings to the other victim. Greetings. Greetings, Ralph, as well. Hi. I'll send your fridge magnet off to you in the week. Your Airfix fridge magnet. I'll send it off to you in the week. And I'll send the motorcycle off to DJ in Michigan. I'll send that off as well. Yeah, I used to get mods going around with parkas on, with targets painted on the back of their parka. I don't know what the significance of that was, having a target painted on the back of your parka. But it must have just made me think it must have been interesting being a mod in Belfast in the 70s, wasn't it? Going around with a target on your back. Right, last one. The last one and we are done. And we can clear up all this foil. Get on with them 2 British Airborne. Shit. Near enough. Near enough. That's the last one. So that's load of bases ready to go. So we can do them later. Right, get my bin a second. Excuse me a second, I get my bin a second. Try and keep this workbench reasonably clean and tidy. It needs hoovering again, actually. You're going in the bin whether you like it or not, little piece of tin foil. Right, there we go. Right, try and keep the place tidy, or as tidy as I can keep it. Right, did that. Next job is to do that. So let's have a look at these British Airborne. Right, pliers, pliers, pliers. Pliers, pliers, pliers. Let me get this piece of wire out here a minute. Right, so he's only going to be in the base by 1 foot. There's my post arrived. Right, so I have to super glue that bit of wire into him a minute. In a minute. So what's the other guy like? Right, let's get his bit of wire out here a minute. have a look. Okay, I can do both his feet. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's get another bit of wire here a minute. Knife, knife, knife. Excuse me for stretching a minute. Knife, knife, knife. Alright, let's get that cleaned up a minute. Right, let's have a look. Will this go in that? Yeah. Okay, so we can glue that in there. Right, super glue. Super glue. Oh, I tell you what I will do. So excuse me just a second for this appearance, just a second. Right, there's my box of airborne figures. Right, I need, if I can find him in this box, I need that guy there. Come on. Just, that guy's got to have his Bren gun fitted. He's holding up, should be holding a Bren gun, which we have. What we had here somewhere. There it is. There it is. So we'll fit, once we got the super glue out, we'll fit that at the same time. Kill two birds with one stone. Which is something I've actually done. I've shot two birds with one shot before. First shot went through one bird. They were sitting on a line. And I shot one bird and the shot went straight through it, hit the next bird, and they both dropped. So my ferrets ate very well that day, which is what I shot the birds for, because I used to keep ferrets. I used to go hunting with ferrets. Ferreting is a very enjoyable pastime. Right, super glue. Very amenable creatures, ferrets. Where's my super glue too? Looking at my bed, can't find my super glue. Where's my super glue? There it is. There it is. Everything's got to be somewhere. Yes, they're very, very amenable creatures, ferrets. And go what? Bitter words about Northern Ireland behaviour. What's that? Didn't felt quite well, so you're much better than... Well, yeah. Yeah, there's always a bit of... even now it's a lot quieter in Northern Ireland. There's still that bitter sort of feeling, I think, isn't there? Underlying feeling. It's a bit like the Scots and the English. You know, when was the Battle of Culloden? Ralph will probably know when the Battle of Culloden was. A long time ago. And they still haven't forgiven us for that, have they, the Scots? There's still this... let's put it this way. We're on speaking terms, but we're not the best of friends with the Scots. I mean, when England play Scotland at football, it's always a real grudge match. It's always a... There is still a kind of rumbling around. You're right. You're absolutely right. Right, I want a tissue. Now I want to blow my nose. Oh, one of them mornings. Tissues, tissues, tissues. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Yeah, you're right.
You're right, there is a kind of rumbling around. Yeah. Yeah, same in Scotland, England and Scotland. Mm. I don't think the Welsh care much for us either, to be honest with you. Right, you've always got to clean out the damn nozzle on this bottle with super glue. It always blocks up the nozzle. Doesn't matter whether you have super glue in a thing like this or a tube or whatever way you do it. You're not prepping well today. No, I'm not. It's a slow start to Saturday. I gotta be honest with you, though. I could be totally honest with you. I'm feeling quite chipper this morning. I'm coming off a really bad patch. I had Wednesday and Thursday, two horrible, horrible days. I had everything at once. Um, really bad sciatica in my legs, Raynaud's in my hands and feet, back was hurting, hip was playing up, fibromyalgia in my neck. Oh, it was awful. It was awful. So I'm not too bad this morning. I'm thankful this morning for the way that I'm feeling. You know, Wednesdays, every Wednesday we have a church coffee morning in the village, which is about 5 minutes walk from where I'm to now. That's all it is, about 5 minutes walk. They were so bad Wednesday, I got there on crutches. I was on crutches. It was hurting me to walk. It was awful. So I'm thankful for the way I'm getting about this morning. I'm feeling a lot better. But it's peaks and troughs. That's the only way you can describe it. It's peaks and troughs. You get good days, you get bad days, you get days that are horrendous, then you get periods of remission from it where you're not too bad. That's life. That's life, and you basically um, got to get on with it. You got to get on with it and accept it this way it is. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. Could be hugely worse, because you look at people and they've got yeah. I used to like night shifts. You talk about night shifts. I used to like working nights. I used to work nights in the post office for the Royal Mail up in Plymouth. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. My type of job. Till I developed ME, and then that was the end of that. So those two pieces of wire will now go into the base, which will be drilled. Will be drilled out in a minute when I've cut those wires shorter. As Mr. Punch would say, that's the way to do it. Just for a bit of added strength, that's all. Just a little bit of added strength for them. That guy's only on one leg because the other leg's going to be on the pedal of one of those bikes. Yeah, I hate this damn super glue. There we go. Let's clean that out. Try and leave it for next time. Try and leave it for next time. Right. what we should have done. Alright, what we can still do, let's take our man here, glue in his brain gun. Give me something, a cocktail stick. Give me a cocktail stick here. And take some of this. Let me just see if you can get you to see the workbench now. Probably going to be a bit awkward. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can do it. Try to get the flow of the super glue into a hairdryer. Why would I want super glue in a hairdryer? Why would I want super glue in a hairdryer? Right. So it gets you to see some of the workbench rather than looking at my ugly face. I'm not sure actually. Let's get us a bit of practice a minute. Tweezers. Now this actually fits. Right, I think I'll put that. Right, okay. Okie dokie. Should always try and fit these things first before you start gluing. I hope this rifle stays in place. For sure. A little bit close to his foot there actually, but that'll help steady it. I'm actually not going to move it now. John Hurt. What was that about John Hurt? John Hurt is a very good actor. I don't know how old he is now. He must be getting on a bit now. John Hurt. He must be getting on a bit for sure. Probably doesn't need to act now. Right, that's got it. There you go. That's our guy now got his brain done. So pleased with that guy. So that's him done. Yeah, we'll leave that dry a bit. Alright, let's trim these. Where's my pliers? Let's trim these wires down. I want pliers or cutters, don't you? Come on, Karen, you're not thinking. You want cutters. Yeah, just enough to super glue into the base. Drill it out. thick bit of wire. eBay. And the same again. 2 stubs on that one. So go into the base, right. Put things away when you finish. If you can. If you can. Right, where's our base? Right, so I suppose the guy pointing is going to be on the right as you look at it. The guy on the bike is going to be on the left. Can't do it the other way. Can't do it no other way, really. Right, marker pen. Give me a marker pen here a minute. Permanent marker. It should be a permanent marker in here, Karen. Yes, there is. So we'll mark this out where we want him. Probably somewhere like that, I would think. Let's have a look. Probably somewhere like that. Time you get the other one on there. He's probably there, isn't he? Yeah, I think that'll do. On this one, and give him room for his bike. Right, okay. So we'll put him. Put him there. That's one can go there, there. So those pegs can go there, right. Right, okay. Right, so time to get a drill out now. I will. Good morning, 5 people. The miniature painter. Hi, miniature painter. Nice to have you here. Hope you're doing well. I love the British infantry for the peninsula. Probably the best. Probably the best unit you've done. Probably the best unit you've done. I would say for sure. Your painting is coming on. Where's my drill bits? Come on. Your painting is coming on leaps and bounds, I have to say. Right, let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look. Drill this out. Not sure that I haven't done that. A bit too far forward. I've done those figures too far forward. Yeah, we'll move them back slightly. I'll move them back slightly. So where's my pen? So that wants to go back there then, doesn't it? And I'll move them back slightly. Okay, we'll do it that way. Got to get this to look right. I'm very fussy. I'm very fussy about the things that I do, basing and stuff. I'm very fussy. Right. Drill. Let's have a drill here a minute. this drill I can see has a bit of super glue in it. That's not big enough anyway. Let's get a bigger drill here. See, what I end up, what I invariably end up doing is, because the super glue tube gets blocked up, I invariably end up drilling out the nozzle with one of these, and then that gets super glue on it, which dries, and it cacks up the drill bit. I shouldn't do it really, but I get frustrated with the super glue bottle, and I just want it clear. So I end up doing things like that. That's that's me for you. There you go. Right, so that should now fit into that. JP, time for some Napoleonic something. Thank you, Karen. You're welcome, mate. No, they are very, very good, mate. Very, very good. You're becoming a very, very accomplished painter. I'm telling you. Your work is reaching a very, very good standard. But it's like all these things. It's all practice and experience. That's all it is. It's just a case of putting brush to figure and keep doing it and keep seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. And eventually you sort of get it weighed off. Some of you painters out there, particularly the Italian painters, they got it absolutely weighed off to a science and made painting miniatures. I mean, it's just, such awe of these Italian painters. They're just so good. But you know, right throughout the centuries, Italians, for some reason, they just have an aptitude for painting. Good morning. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. How many of you, I asked this question earlier, but now there's a few of you out there. How many of you are going to be watching the coronation later? What time is the coronation? Anybody any idea? What time is the coronation? Anybody any idea what time the coronation is? Right, I'm thinking this guy wants to be around that way a bit more. So I'm going to drill another hole here. We can always cover these holes that we're drilling. It makes no odds. Cover them with a bit of debris or a brick or something, because it doesn't matter. Yeah, how many of you are watching the coronation? And what time does it start? What time's the kickoff? Right, I think that's better, isn't it? Yeah, that's better. Right, so now we got them sorted out. We're going to have to see how that guy fits on his bike, whether he fits on his bike correctly or not. Right, let's get rid of this shit off the bench a minute. Try and keep it tidy as you go. I suppose it would make sense to have the wastebasket beside me instead of over the other side of the room. Right, now let's have a look. Let's get a bike here a minute. Can you see me? Yeah, you can see me doing this. Right, let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look. How does that fit? Excellent. That fits. Excellent. Time I super glue that in. That's going to fit. I was worried about. You always worry that the bike is lower than the hand that's gripping the handlebars, and you think, oh, I've got to jack the bike up a bit, and all this business. But this fits absolutely spot on. Yeah, excellent. Which way is that going to go? Let's have a look. Which way are you going to go, little bike? Yeah, there you go. Excellent, so he's okay. How's this other guy going to work? Let's have a look here a minute. Let's have a look. He's right. Let's have a look. I made a mistake here. Have I made a mistake here, Karen? Sugar. Oh dear, Karen. Oh dear. No, he's not meant to be sat on the bike, is he then? Where's the picture of this? How if Tamaya got this guy? Oh, they have actually got him sat on the bike, holding the handlebars. You're kidding me. You are kidding me. And he's got one foot on the pedal. Oh, I don't think this is going to work, folks. Ah. Right, well I can now get his foot I can now get his foot on the pedals. I have an awful feeling. Which way have they got the pedal facing? I have an awful feeling this ain't gonna work. Yeah, I have an awful feeling this is not gonna work, folks. This is not going to work. So there's his foot. Right, let's get his peg back in the, so we got him on ground level. No, this guy is not going to fit on this bike. I don't know how we're going to get around it. Any suggestions? But I have no idea. See, that's nice. I don't know how to Maya do this, but I don't know how to Maya do this. But it's my way of thinking. There's absolutely no way. There's absolutely no way you're going to do this. Very different, but I use that bike. I don't think bike's a bike, isn't it? Bike's a bike. Yeah, it don't make any. Yeah. Right, hang on a second. Very hard. I'd rather watch paint dry. Which am I? Hang on. Thank you, Kara. Good morning. It's on. Oh, it's on now. The coronation's on now. Not my king. I chose you. It's running in the background for about 2 hours, waiting for the black watch. I'd rather watch paint dry. Yeah. Maybe leaning forward. So. Yeah. Well, like I was saying earlier to you about the monarchy from, I think it's Edward II, if I remember rightly. He had a child that was on the throne that was actually illegitimate. It's been proven it was illegitimate, so everybody from there down shouldn't be where they're to. Yeah, maybe leaning forward so just the tip of his foot's on the pedal. Yeah. But then you got you've got one hand that's nowhere near the handlebars. But it works somewhat when you do what you say. Yeah. So that hand, so that hand needed to be, I don't know whether you can see this or not. Don't know how many of you can see that. See that? Oh, no, that hand was far too high up for the handlebars. I can get the foot on the pedal and his ass on the seat, one hand on the handlebars, but then you've got the second hand, it's up like that, about half a centimetre away from the handlebars. So I suppose we could say that's my fault for not putting the arm down low enough. Yeah, a nuisance. So I'm wondering how I can go about this. The only thing I could do I sort of could do the only thing I could do is put something else. What was that? What was that comment? Most accidents do happen on the workbench. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The only thing I could do. Ah, right. Oh, I'm with it. No, it's not my fault. I've got it. I see why now. Look, I'm not with it. Forgive me. He's holding a map. He's holding a map. That's why the hand's up so high. I wasn't looking at this properly. Come on, Karen. Right, so here, I can get him on the bike. You have to lean the bike over to one side. Sort of on the piss, if you like. Right. I'm with it now. Right, okay. So we got to get a map. Okay, like we gave excuse me for leaning away from you. Like we gave Brigadier Lathbury here. Got to do one of them and put it in his hand. Right, I'm with it now. I saw in Bridge Too Far last night, I was watching. Brigadier Lathbury got shot in the back. Which was not good, not good. Right, so let's get Matey on his bike here. So we'll glue his foot. We can glue his foot. Yeah, then we'll have to glue his hand. Put the bike in. Okay, let's get some super glue here. This is all going to be very, very experimental. Never done anything like this before. Hopefully we get this right and we don't I didn't know it was on now, actually, the coronation. Yeah. How long does it take to crown somebody then? Yeah. Like watching paint dry. He actually came to our village on one occasion. There was loads of crowds there, and I was in the church at the time doing something, and somebody said to me, "Aren't you going to go and see Prince Charles?" And I said, "What do I want to go and see that jug-eared twat for?" You know? They don't live, like people that don't live in the real world. Okay, let's get some super glue on his hand at the same time. Once we got him off the board here. Try and do this so you can see me doing it. Right. Now I have no time whatsoever for so-called royalty. When you look at the disgusting way some of them behave. It's not good. Certainly not people I look up to. Right, so some more super glue here. Right, which end has the super glue? Right. What I'll do is I'll try not to stick my fingers. I'll dab some super glue. Down the side of the wheels there. Right, so I gotta get a map for this guy. That's why I was thinking it wouldn't fit. It will fit. Karen not using her loaf again. Which it happens more often than not. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I don't suppose I can move it now. Crap, come on, Karen. Shit. His foot is now barely touching that pedal now. Crap. Well, I think we're going to have to leave that. Yeah, that's stuck now. His foot is barely touching the pedal. I didn't realize. But there he is anyway. There he is. So what we'll do now is we'll get our other guy fitted in. I'm annoyed that his foot's barely touching the pedal. I'm annoyed, but very fiddly thing to do, that. Very fiddly thing to do. but I gotta say, it looks quite good. Looks quite good. I'm sure I can't move that. No. And now I've sort of stuck it. I'm not really going to force the issue here. My fault for not paying close attention, I suppose. Right. So we want him about there, don't we? Okay. Bit of super glue. At least I got him on my bike anyway. Right, this guy can go. Ah, that was my hand in the super glue. This guy can go here. And over here. On the bike. We'll go in. Hopefully. Like that. I'll tell you what I have got to do, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what I have got to do, which is really, really important, is get some new glasses. Yeah, I'm struggling to see with these, for sure. Which is not good. A little bit of super glue on his hand, like mine. Come on, bike. No, that's not in your hand, is it? Now that's in your hand. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Handlebars come off the bike, Karen. Tragedy. Handlebars come off the bike. And if you knew, how small an area you've got to glue the handlebars to the bike, you would understand why. Tweezers, tweezers, tweezers. Oh, come on. Come on. I can't see what I'm doing. I can't see what I'm freaking doing with these glasses. Jesus, come on, Karen. Right. Yeah, if you saw, I'm sorry for not talking and not saying anything, but this is fiddly beyond belief, so forgive me for not saying anything. A real pain in the neck, so forgive me. That needs a bit of sticking down again, doesn't it? Forgive me where that's stuck. That's okay so far. Right, this bike. Right, let's have a look. Oh, it's going to be one of them Saturdays, isn't it? Going to be one of them Saturdays. Ah, glue is blocked up now. Right, pliers. This is what I hate about this super glue. It doesn't matter what brand you have, what type of container it's in, tube, bottle, whatever, constantly blocks up. Right. Fingers crossed, we'll try this again. Fingers crossed, we will try this again. Fiddly. Is that in his hand? Yeah. Isn't that right, Karen? Oh, crap. I gotta tell you, I'm 2 pins away from chucking this across the room. 2 pins away from chucking this across the room, folks. Right. I am going to settle for that. I'm not, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to push my luck any further with this. Try to get a bit of light on it. Glue that bike to the base whilst it's there. I'm not going to push my luck with this any further. Yeah, not the easiest thing in the world I've ever done. I assure you of that, ladies and gentlemen. But they are done, for sure. You'll see it better when I put it on the turntable when it's all said and done. You'll see it. Let's make sure that nozzle's not blocked. A minute. Oh, damn it. See, blocked already. Try and leave it unblocked for next time that we use it. Right, there we have that. God, what a pain in the neck that was to do. But 'tis done. But 'tis done. Right, what I can do now is put the drill away, we don't need that. I will put some bricks or something on the base, just dirty it up a bit. We'll dirty it up a bit. Right, try and keep things tidy as we go. Don't need that. Right, bricks, bricks, bricks. 135 scale bricks. Right, what we're going to have to do is get our glue gun out. We're going to have to get the glue gun out. So put this away a minute. Where's the key? Right, so get the glue gun out. Let's we will use these ones. Right. Let's see if I can open the packet. Come on. Come on, come on. There we go. There we go. Right. Turn that off. Put that up there. Cover on the knife. Right, put that down there. Get the glue out the way. Don't want to glue me fingers. Right, excuse me while I get a little tiny saucer a minute. I need a little tiny saucer for me bricks. Right, saucer and a drink. God, it's all go today, isn't it? It's all go. Right, let's get some of these. Get some of those bricks out. Hopefully they've stuck okay. Yeah, I don't think they look too bad. I think they look quite good. Once you get a map in his hand, yeah, not look too bad. Right, get the glue gun out a second. Yeah, Brigadier Loughbury, yeah, he was shot last night. Shot in the back. Right, let's get the foot on that a minute. Get this plugged in. Get this plugged in. Right. Excuse me if you're jumping around a minute. Right, here we go. Is that on? Is that on? Yeah, that's on. Right. Here we go. Let this warm up a second and we can get some bricks scattered on this base. Yeah. Looking good now I've done it, just a pain in the neck to do. Very fiddly to do. Certainly not the easiest thing in the world I've done, model making. But, you know, we get these problems, model making and painting and doing the miniatures and stuff. One gets these problems. Probably not a set I would buy again, for sure, to my although having said that, you can do it. Apparently with folded bicycles you can fold the bicycles and do stuff with them that way, which I suppose you could do. I suppose you could do. It's heating up here. Very worthwhile thing to buy, that glue gun. I've had a lot of use out of that. It's been very good. I would thoroughly recommend buying a glue gun. That's how I glued these barricades together, with the glue gun. There's no way I was going to do it with like Tamiya glue or something like that. It just wasn't strong enough. So I used a glue gun. Don't worry if it squirts out, oozes out, because when it's dry you can trim it with a knife, cut it back with a knife. Didn't realize the coronation had already started. Yeah. Live and learn. This is again, doing this was all sort of trial and error. And how many bricks I put on, again, that's all trial and error as well. It's just I do it as I do it. You know, I build it up as I go along. I can't believe I've been going at this hour and a half already, this video. Right, let's have a look. Here we go. The only thing I don't like about these glue guns is the very sort of stringy glue, if you see what I mean. The glue is very irritating to work with. It's quite stringy, if you see what I mean. So you're constantly pulling. You're constantly sort of pulling stringy bits off the damn thing, which is irritating. But you know, you get used to it. Right. Put a few on top of this, I think. See what I mean? Build it up as you go. A few more around here, I think. See what I mean? It's like cobwebs. Wretched pain in the neck. Come on, you need to go there. You need to go in there, don't you? That's it. Once the glue is dry on these things, what I tend to do then to hide the glue is put in some Das clay and paint it grey as sort of mortar and stuff. Right, I think we'll put a few around the back here. May possibly get one there, can't we? Maybe one on top there. Ouch. That's actually quite hot, that stuff. Another couple there, I think. Another couple there. What is the time in all this? 5 to 12. Okay. There's one or two around the back there. A bit of an odd one there, I think. Yeah, I think that's enough. I don't want to go mad on the thing. Don't want to go mad on the thing. Yeah, building up quite nice, that is. Right, turn that off. Don't need that anymore. So, put this over here. Let's unplug this a minute. Excuse me for disappearing. Oh, unplug the thing. There we go. Right, put these bricks away a minute. So that's that job done. So what I'll do now, if everything's pretty solid, which I think it is, yeah, that's pretty good. What I'll do now is I'll get some Das clay, and I'll work some Das clay into those bricks, cover up the glue and make it look like mortar and stuff. And that should look pretty good then. Then we'll paint it, we'll paint the bricks red, you know, brick red, and some grey, lightish grey for some mortar. And that's going to look pretty good. That'll look pretty good. So I have to disappear again for just a second to go in the kitchen and get the Das clay, which is in a tin in the cupboard. So excuse me for disappearing for just a second. Sugar. There we go. There we go. God, I've got sciatica in my backside. got to keep the thing away from the air as much as possible. So it's in several bags, and also it's in cling film as well to keep the air off it. Well, if you do it that way, it should last indefinitely. The theory is, anyway. There we go. Here we go. Quite sort of tacky stuff, which is now all gone under my fingernail. Right. Get my come on. Tools here a minute. Right, here we go. Now start working this. Wretched bits from the glue. That's what I hate about that glue gun. The only thing I hate about it is that, like I say, the glue is very sort of stringy. That glue gun glue. So we can now start working this clay. Around these bricks. It covers up that glue, and it'll make it look like mortar. So just work that in there with your tool. If I remember rightly, these are Army Painter tools. Well worth getting too. Well worth getting. Yeah, 12 o'clock. I'm going to go leave you to your Saturday in a little bit. And probably go and have some lunch. I'm getting quite hungry now. Tell me, does anybody know out there's Jug Ear's been crowned yet? Give you some communication lost line broken. Okay. Well, I'm sorry if I've not been talking too much, because these bikes have been fiddly to do, these bikes. I didn't think they was going to be as fiddly as they have been. Pain in the neck, if I'm honest. But they're going to look quite nice. They're going to look quite nice. You see how it sort of builds up. starting to look quite good. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Damn you. Storm of Steel. Storm of Steel. Quite a good channel actually, I quite like that. Storm of Steel. Quite a nice guy by all accounts. Forget his name now, is it Andy? I forget his name now. Yeah. That's the thing I like about this community. There's some really good channels out there. People that do a really first-rate job. Yeah, building up quite nicely. Get rid of that, mate. Get rid of that. So what I've got to do is go around the back now. Then we can leave that dust clay to dry and we can paint it. More of that stringy glue. Yuck. Wretched stringy glue. Perhaps I should have been a dentist in a previous life. Right, trying to hide all the glue that I can find. Yeah, there's bits around the back here, look. Right, excuse me for holding it this way now, but it's the only way I can get in there. The only way I can get in there, folks. But this tool I'm using is an absolute godsend. An absolute godsend. Certainly for a job like this. And you just basically build it up as you go. Just build it up bit by bit as you go. And it looks very good. And it hides all that nasty glue. Which you don't really want to see on the finished model. So use some glue on the end here, so I get rid of the glue on the end. It can all be painted as rubble mortar. A little bit in there. A a little bit in there. A little tiny bit more in there. Just slap that in there. Yeah, good. That's looking good. A little bit down in there, perhaps. There we go. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Yeah, and then I don't know whether you can see him behind there, but I've put a load in behind as well. Just to cover that ugly glue that's showing, and we'll paint that a lightish grey for mortar. And we'll paint the bricks, well, brick red, or as near as brick red we got. Highlight the edges of the bricks. And that'll look quite effective. We'll probably put a piece or two of wood effect on there or something. Piece or two of wood. Just to add a bit something interesting to it. Right, just do these few bricks at the end here. Bricks at the back here, I meant, not at the end, at the back. A little bit of glue on these bricks at the back, so we'll get rid of that. If we can. Well, as little of that glue showing as possible. A little bit right on the inside here, so we have to be careful that we don't get the glue, don't get the clay on the bicycles. Don't want to get the clay on the bikes. Come on, come on. You know you want to go on there early. There you go. Right, just a little bit. Starting to look good there as well. Just a little bit on the inside. But I've got to be careful I don't get it on the bike. So the last thing I want to do is get it on my bike. I don't want to get it on the bike. Don't want to spoil the bike. Fiddly job. Right, a little bit more and we're done. A little bit more and we are done. Careful you don't wreck the bike, Karen. House division as a diorama. Sorry, I get notifications coming up on the top occasionally, so I'm just reading them off. A little bit in there, I think. That looks pretty good. Smooth that out. Right, a little tiny bit around this single brick here. Just a little bit around this fella. Right, we're almost done. I think that's pretty good. Let's just touch that in a minute. That's better. There we go. There we go. That's the bricks added. So let that clay dry now for a few hours, get that dried, and then we can paint the bricks, paint the clay, and look a whole pile better. So I'm going to stop now and have lunch. Clean my fingers from the clay here. Get rid of this stuff off my tool here a minute. There we go. That's me done. That's come out quite well. Quite pleased with that. Sooner that's done, sooner it's finished, sooner we can put it in the box with the others and get on with the civilians. So thanks to everybody for watching. I'm going to go and get lunch, 1:58. Yeah, around 58 minutes. Can't believe I've been here that long. Thanks to anybody that did watch. More people seem to watch this on the playback than actually live. But don't matter, don't matter. It's all the fun of the fair. So we'll see everybody, yeah, whenever. See everybody on the next video. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Hope you're all well. Have a good Coronation Day. It doesn't interest me, but I know some of you like that type of thing. See you on the next one.